everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features one team who likes to get it done through the air. The Packers are top 10 in pass yards, going up against the Bears secondary that could be in for a long day. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it to...
What I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their starter. He spent 3 years in Denver, now in his 8th with the Bears, Jay Cutler.
And he threw his 200th career touchdown pass in 2015. So we know he's got the arm. That's never been an issue for him. But one of the things I think is almost overlooked about his game, his ability to move around.
Yeah. He
actually ran some, zone read last year. I saw him against Arizona early in the season, run for a couple of first downs off of the zone read. So be careful of Jay Cutler's legs.
And when you talk about this offense, you, of course, have to talk about Alshon Jeffrey.
Long, agile, he makes any quarterback that much better.
Now Cutler to throw on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And it's third down. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clay Matthews is an absolute force. Multiple Pro Bowls as an outside linebacker. He can swing inside and create the same havoc.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. They'll run here. This is Kadeem Carey. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Okay, this is almost football 101. What is a draw trying to accomplish? Using the aggressiveness of the defensive line against itself when they're getting back to the backfield, you pass them by handing the ball to a runner. In this case, that didn't work at all because the defensive line was there so quickly, there was no chance to fool them.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the two-time MVP at his 12th year now in the green and gold, Aaron Rodgers.
And a prime candidate to be a 3-time MVP. Hard to believe he threw 31 touchdown passes and 8 interceptions in 2015.
Didn't get it.
And we heard criticism, right? We heard people talk about how his game had slipped a little bit. All he needs is just a little more motivation. Look out for Aaron Rodgers in 2016.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. It was Willie Young that wound up getting him down. And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And hauled in here by Richard Rodgers. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice catch by the tight end, Richard Rodgers, and, it came from the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Some things just write themselves, don't they?
That's exactly right. Both spelled R-O-D-G-E-R-S, for those wondering.
There you go.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. It was Mitch Unrein that made the tackle. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Pernell McPherson's a strong run-stuffing outside linebacker who's beginning to blossom as a pass rusher.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On the right side, this is Miller. 18 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Chicago first down. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
Jeffrey with a catch left side. A gain of 6 there on first. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
A first carry for the rookie, Jordan Howard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Red zone opportunity. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. This is Carey. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They stay on the ground with Carey. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. They come up in an offset eye. This is Howard on second down. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. On second down, here's Rodgers surveying the field. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter.
Holding offense.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. 7-all is the score. We're back to Lambeau in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he completes it to Jordan Nelson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. following the and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and it usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So 2nd and 10 here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
Holding offense.
Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And Crosby puts it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. They go with Howard again. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Now they'll look to throw it with Cutler. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Well, that's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket. But that's hard to do when you got people in your face.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. On third down, Cutler. Completion left side to Miller. A strong running. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now, this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers finding time. The left side throw complete to Adams. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Rodgers again now. It's caught by Abbrederis. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. It's Cobb. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mitch Unrein in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Packers right now have a time of possession advantage, but it has not led them to taking control of this game. The Bears, though, are still right in this game and will certainly be looking for a way to pull this one out in the second half. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Bears have it at the 19. Howard's going to head outside to the right. He caps off the 7-play drive with a score. Bears tied up at 7. Now till late in the second. To once again sack the QB. This one ends up as a loss of 6. Still a little time left on the clock. They're going to come away with another sack here. This will go as a loss of 10. And with that, we'll wrap up our halftime report and head back out now to Lambeau Field for the start of the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
They start the second half with Lacey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
Rodgers with a give. It's Lacey. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Tracy Porter from the secondary makes the tackle. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking. and now you're establishing the running game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to just see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It's caught. Nelson.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Automatic first down.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now Rodgers will hand to Lacy. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well-conceived, well-designed, and even better executed.
Rodgers going to give to Lacy on the draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That draw play got blown up by the blitz of the defense. Ordinarily, that's exactly what you want. You want them to blitz, and they go past you, and you go past them for a big gain. But in this situation, they hit him at the worst possible spot, right exactly where you were running the draw, and he got in there and got him.
Now Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Jacob Shum now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be kicking at its finest right down at the 1-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Second down following the run. Now Cutler back into his, and he's going to be taken down. Jay Cutler sacked in the end zone for a safety. And the blitz was on there, able to get in the backfield from the linebacker spot and get him 2 points.
Brandon, we know a defensive coordinator right now who's looking for a raise. He had that dialed in perfectly, didn't he? The perfect blitz at the perfect time, 2 points for his team.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Pulled in at the 24. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Rodgers now on first down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They go play action for Lacy. Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Now a 10th carry here for Lacy. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's not just the offensive linemen and the guys charged with protecting him that take it personally. When the franchise quarterback is dropped on the ground, it runs through the whole organization from the owner all the way down.
It's like every single time he goes down, everyone holds their breath.
Not only do they hold their breath, but they feel the hit as well. They're just trying to think of ways for it not to happen again.
Surveying the field. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's into the clear. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick six.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Cutler now to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he pulls over it. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing now is Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on third.
Could play an exotic coverage.
To throw is Rodgers. Finding time. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On first down, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jared Abbrederis, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete here. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And now it's third down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play for the Pack on third. 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it with Lacy. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Richard Rodgers, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. He's got time. All kinds of time. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Thompson on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. We focus our attention on the Green Bay defense as they head out. They got the safety last time. Those are ones that don't happen every week. So, Charles, I would imagine that can be a big rallying point for a unit.
Oh, no doubt about it, because right now they've kind of come together, and you can see it. They're an attacking, marauding band of brothers that are making big plays out there.
Marauding?
You like that one,
Is that a word? Seriously?
I had the SAT prep.
Wow. Well, I won't give my score. All right, here they go. They're going to try to maraud again. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in.
And he lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. Does the big boy have the juice? And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now Crosby for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
Now Cutler on first down. He's got time. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. LaTroy Guion able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Cutler now off the bootleg. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing now, Cutler on first down. On the left side, a catch by White. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd down now after the pass completion. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Cutler to throw on second down. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, it's Cutler. Out to the right here to Wilson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Just 1 yard to go here on second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Cutler will throw. And Miller with it over the middle. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Cutler dancing to his left. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Eddie Royal, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And he's got it up and through. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. After the touchdown, Barth now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, it's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, you know?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do. That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful. Taken from just outside the 30. Time for a break.
We're back to see what happens after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll throw on first down with Cutler. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And there they bring pressure from the inside and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down. They'll look to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Flushed out right. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. He's back to throw. Jeffrey with a catch left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And quickly they get to the line. Now it's Cutler. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow. Yes, indeed. That was Jay Cutler leading that drive. Chips were down, needed a go-ahead score, and he was really, really impressive on that sequence.
And he was impressive in 2015 in these situations, tied for most fourth-quarter comebacks in the NFL with 4. Maybe getting another one here.
Yeah, how about the other 2 guys? Derek Carr with the Raiders.
Yep, and Matt Ryan, the Falcons. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
After the touchdown, Barth now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Second down following the incompletion. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back to throw, Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. One final try now for Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Rodgers has done it before, but he won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bears, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.